Hey, we're out here on the patio. We're getting ready to can some ham and beans, and we'll be using pinto beans. Now our water is just about ready to put them beans on, so stay tuned. All right, we're gonna remove that lid, and we're gonna dump them in there. Okay, we're going to bring them to a boil and probably boil them for about 30 minutes because they're swelled up already pretty good. We want them to swell up a little more. So we're going to bring it to a good boil and go from there. All right, it's windy out here, and we'll probably end up finishing all this inside the house, but I'm going to put the onion and the ham in. Here's our onion, chunked up, and here's our ham. Now let's give that a stir. Oh, that's looking nice and sour. Now I still have to put my chicken broth in there. Okay, we're gonna add the chicken broth to it. All I have is the Great Value at Walmart. We use it quite a bit because it's less expensive. This is a 3-pound, 48-ounce family size. Well, there's a family size of beans gonna be in there. All right, now let me get my ladle and I'm gonna stir it up a bit. It's looking really good. And we're gonna let these boil, when they come to a boil, for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. As you can see, it's boiling down in there, looking good. Let's get it over just a little bit to see if we can see it a little bit better. Yeah. Now we're going to let this boil for about an hour, probably a little less. And then we're going to put them in the jars and can them. All right. Oh yeah, they're boiling good. Over there just a bit. Probably going to take them inside because it is so windy out here. Every time I decide to can outside, it gets a little windy. But right now, we're going to take this inside and we're going to finish it up in the house. Okay, we're inside the house, out of that wind. We got our canner filled with jars, getting hot, and we'll be filling them with ham and beans. Okay, we're going to ladle in some ham and beans. We'll look at this and kind of go along. We'll fill a couple of jars, and then we won't sit here and fill them all at this speed because we're going to have about 14 jars or so. All right, we'll transfer the funnel over to the empty jar and start ladling in the beans. And also, I went a little longer on cooking these. Usually I'd probably go about 2 or 3 minutes and then let them set for about an hour and then rinse them and then can them. But this time we wanted a little bit thicker juice. Now, after debubbling the jars, we wipe the rims with a damp cloth or paper towel with vinegar on it, and then we'll place the lids on them. And then place the rings on them, and then we'll fasten them down finger tight. Now let's speed it up just a bit. Now we have all the jars except for the quart jars in the canner. Now we'll place the lid on it, twist it, and lock it down. Once it starts venting, we'll let it vent for 10 minutes, and then we'll set the weighted gauge over the vent. And for pint jars, once it starts rocking, we'll start the timer and set the timer for 75 minutes, which would be an hour and 15 minutes. Now be careful when you're adjusting the heat. You don't want to adjust it too low that the rocker gauge stops rocking. If you do, you'll have to restart the time again on the pressure canner. All right, we've turned it off. We let the pressure drop, and now we're going to remove the lid. And I need to lift the weight off of that so I don't lose it. We're going to twist it and bring the lid off away from us so the steam don't get in our face. Now we'll remove the jars and set them over on the counter on a towel to let them set and cool. And we'll let them cool for about, anywhere from 12 to 18 hours, undisturbed. And they'll start popping. I don't know if we'll have any of it in the video, but they'll start popping, and you'll check the lids later, push down on the top. If you don't get a spring back, if they're down, they've sealed. If you have any up and they haven't sealed, just go ahead and put it in the refrigerator and eat it right away. It's still good. It should keep in the refrigerator for about a week. Okay, we have 5 quart jars we're going to do. We have this one filled already, debubbling it. Now we'll remove the funnel and we'll wipe the rim of it with a damp paper towel with vinegar on it. Then we'll place our lid on and add the rain. And we're just going to put it on finger snug. Then we're going to place it in the canner. And we're going to place our lid on, just like we did before, but there again, we're not going to go completely through it. So they're done. They finished canning. Now these were for an hour and a half, 90 minutes on quarts. Now we'll set them out on the counter with the pint jars. There we have 5 quarts. Now one of them didn't seal. So after 12 hours, we took the one that didn't seal, placed it in the refrigerator, and we used it within a week. Well, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you consider subscribing.